Dear Diary, I'm learning to like men again.
Is that enough?
When I ended my marriage, I felt like I would never ever take another man serious ever again. I just saw them as things, like just things that I could use for sex, money. Freshly coming out of such a long relationship, I just had a feeling of anger towards myself that I had only slept with one man for 12 years. Like, I just felt like, hold on a minute, I've been getting cheated on left, right and center, but I've only slept with one man for 12 years. I felt like I wanted to go and explore, and that's what I did. Ain't no shame in my game. I don't give a shit. I knew in myself that I didn't want nothing serious. I didn't want a relationship. I didn't want to date seriously. I wanted, well, I guess what the people were called sneaky links. That's what I wanted, and I was very upfront and I was very clear with any man that I chose to fill this position that I don't want nothing from you. I don't want a relationship. I don't want a man. I want sex. I felt a little bit validated in a way that, okay, so I could have cheated if I wanted to. I feel like I needed to prove to myself that if I wanted to cheat, I could have cheated, and I actually was just a loyal wife, a good loyal wife. Because you know when men cheat, they say things like, oh, it meant nothing, I felt nothing, I don't care about that. I felt like women don't do that, women can't do that. I felt like I couldn't do that. The way I felt within my relationship, I just couldn't imagine ever cheating and just saying, oh, I feel nothing. Because you know they say if women cheat, it's emotional. If men cheat, it meant nothing. So I wanted to kind of see for myself, like, could I actually do this? And I'm not gonna lie, it filled that little feeling, that itch I was feeling of, could I do, yeah, the no strings attached thing. I was doing it, I could do it. And I'm not gonna sit here and say I regret it, because I don't regret it. I'm not gonna act like I'm proud of like, oh yeah, you know, I was out here in the street. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, I just had like a big long list and I was just out here in the whole of London, because I really weren't. No disrespect to anybody that might want to be out here in the whole of London, but that weren't me. I had my very, very, very small handful of people that I met along the way that played that role for the time they played that role. And one thing that was really important to me as well while I was, you know, doing what I was doing, is that the man be fine as hell. Like, I don't know why, I just wanted to make sure that they were fine as hell. I didn't want anyone that's not my type, or like someone who's just average to me, to have the chance to, you know, be my sneaky. So every man that I did deal with, in the time I dealt with them, they were all very attractive to me, very attractive men to me. That made a difference in the way it felt, but it did. It made like such a difference in the way I felt like I was in control. I felt like I had the power back. I felt like I had no power. When I ended my marriage, I felt like I just needed to gain something back. I needed to take something back for me, and that's ultimately what I went and did. Now, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do, but I'm just sharing what I did. These diary entries, I do want to be very transparent and open. Like, I'm not ashamed of the way I handled things or what I did, until it got to a point where I actually rekindled with someone from my past, an ex, if you will, from the ages of 16 to 19. Like, I was super in love with this boy, but obviously looking back, it's just like, okay, we were teenagers, was that really love? But I had like a real strong attachment to this person. And honestly speaking, if I never met my ex-husband, I may have very well still been attached to this person for more years to come. So it was kind of a thing where I was like hella stuck on this person, met my ex, and then moved on. So when I reconnected with this man, obviously we're all different now. We're in our 30s now. We're not the same people we were when we were 19. So it did feel like I was getting to know him again. It did kind of feel like he was a stranger, but not really a stranger. It was a weird feeling. It's like it felt familiar, but then it felt so unfamiliar at the same time. So I was getting to know him again. And I was very open with him about my mindset, where I was at. I told him that I didn't want a thing but a sneaky link, and any man that I had spoken to prior to us reconnecting had only been a sneaky link and I wanted nothing. But I remember I did mention that with us, because we have history, that's not what I'm saying to you. I'm just letting you know what I've been up to, but with you, I'm not necessarily saying that I want that with you, because we do have a history, and for me, it's a bit different. So we was just chilling, you know, he would call me, he would text me, we were talking, but it didn't feel like we were dating. We weren't dating. It was kind of like a thing of like, okay, we've both reconnected. We are kind of getting to know each other again, but not with an intention to date. In my mind, it weren't really with an intention to date, but it was more so a thing of, did what we have when we were teenagers, was it real? Was that real, or was that just teenage love? Like, is there something there between us? That's kind of where we were. One time we were hanging out and we ended up, you know, doing da, like, because we had seen each other a couple times just to hang out. Like, I went over to his house, you know, chilled, saw his family, like everybody was there, until one day we were chilling and, you know, it went a bit further than just the chilling we had been doing, and we went there. And after we went there, we did have a little conversation like, okay, where is this type of going? Because he let me know he's looking for a woman. He wants a woman, he wants a girlfriend, but I had to let him know I'm not there yet. I don't want a man, I don't want a boyfriend. I'm kind of just chilling. I had already by then cut off my sneaky link, so it's not like I was still seeing my sneaky link. I wanted to just chill, be by myself, you know what I'm trying to say? Just you know, just have friends, have male friends, and just chill. I don't know what I want. I'm just focusing on me right now. So obviously we were both in different places where he was actually looking for a woman. He wants to settle down, eventually get married, and I'm not there. Like, I've been there, I've done that. So we were in two different places, so we agreed that, you know, he was gonna see whoever he wanted to see because he's looking for a woman, and I'm completely fine with that. But we would still remain friends. So that's what we did. We still remained friends, and we would speak from time to time. Not often, nothing crazy at all. We'll speak from time to time and whatever. And if there was ever like a place like, hey, you wanna hang out? Maybe we'll just go hang out, like randomly. So he did make me aware of a woman he was speaking to, and he said it was going in a really good direction, and he was considering making her his girlfriend. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. Do you? I'm happy for you type of thing, right? One time we were hanging out and we were filming content together, actually, funny enough. This content never saw the light of day, by the way, and it never will see the light of day if I have anything to do with it. But we were making some content for TikTok, and after we'd finished making these TikToks, one thing led to another, and then we did what we did again. Now this time, after we were finished, he said to me that that was the last time we could ever do that, because the person that he's been speaking to, he's going on holiday with them, and when they get back, he's expecting to come back with a girlfriend. That pissed me off to the core, and I dealt with some really weird emotions around that time, because I thought, hold on a minute, I don't want him, and I've made it clear to him that I don't want a relationship or a man, and I know that you do, so continue doing what you're doing with who you're speaking to. But I just felt kind of violated, and I felt used, and I felt angry, and I just had this thing of this is why I don't like men. This is why I hate men. I can't stand men, because like, what? If you're planning to come back with a girlfriend, why are you even doing what you're doing with me? Shouldn't you be smitten with whoever you're speaking to, even though you're not in a relationship and you're not girlfriend and boyfriend yet? And you haven't asked her, and you plan to ask her when you go on holiday. The fact that you're even going on holiday with someone that you're just speaking to, but then you're still hanging with me, and then we've gotten to a point where, you know, do you know what I mean? Even though we've got history, it was a weird space to be in. I don't want sneaky links, I don't want friends, don't even talk to me. If you're a man, do not even look in my direction. That is how I felt. And I was quite angry at myself for feeling that way. And that's when I told myself, I do need therapy. Prior to that, I had been in control, and so I felt like I was in control of every situation with a man. Things were out of my control, and I think that's why I panicked. I didn't like it, because prior to this, I felt like I had my power back. I felt powerful, I felt in control, and this just made me feel vulnerable again. And that was the first time that I considered therapy, because I couldn't understand, why do I feel angry at this? Like, why am I annoyed? I wanted to just be like, okay, do your thing. Well done for you. You're coming back with a girlfriend. Great. But that's not how I felt. And I did struggle to find a therapist, so I didn't actually sign up for therapy then. I am in therapy now. I do online therapy with BetterHelp.
This is a paid partnership with BetterHelp.
And I am so grateful to BetterHelp, and I couldn't be happier to share BetterHelp with you guys. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy accessible, because it can be really hard to find a therapist. And I would know this because, like I told you, I looked for a therapist and I couldn't find one that felt right. I feel like with a therapist, you can't just get a one size fits all. You can't just say, hey, you're a credentialed therapist, so you're gonna be able to help me. Like, no, I feel like it's kind of like dating. Like, you really have to find the perfect fit. And I weren't finding that until I went online, and they matched me with a therapist. With BetterHelp, you just fill out a few questions and they will match you with a therapist in as little as a few days. And the thing is, if you don't like your therapist, not necessarily don't like your therapist, if you feel like your therapist isn't a right fit, you can change your therapist at no extra cost. And that's what I did. I've changed my original therapist that I was matched with, and that's fine. No additional cost, and now I've got a therapist that I feel like really is the perfect fit for me. Regardless if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a person just living in the world, going through a hard time, therapy can really help you. Therapy can give you the tools to approach your life in a much different way, and just, you know, help you regulate your emotions. It doesn't matter what, even if you don't even feel like you have anxiety or depression, or you don't think anything's wrong with you, therapy is helpful to everyone, in my opinion. And what I really like as well about online therapy with BetterHelp is you get to choose how you communicate with your therapist. You can choose to either text, like message, phone call, or video call. I personally do video call. When I first had my first ever session, I wanted to do text messaging because I was scared, I was nervous. I was like, no, I don't want to see the therapist, I don't want them to see me. I felt really, really nervous. But when it came to the day for my first session, I was like, do you know what? Let's do it on video. And then they was like, hey, we saw that you wanted to, you know, do text messaging in the first place, and now you've changed it to video. Are you sure you still? I'm like, yeah. And it was good. I'm glad I did video, and now I only do video call therapy sessions. And that was with my old therapist. My new therapist now, video calls only. It's very easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. I have a link in my description box, betterhelp.com/daily Daina. You click this link to sign up. It will help me out, but it will also get you 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in my description box, and thank you again to BetterHelp for supporting my channel. So after that situation happened with my childhood ex, I took a really big step back. I didn't completely cut him off, but I just took a step back because I was like, rah, that's what you're doing. Fast forward a couple months later, he tells me him and the person he was seeing, they aren't together. He is still single, and he just wants us to still be friends. Like, you know, he misses me, and not even misses me like that. He just misses me in a friendship way. Like, he misses being able to just talk to me, text me, just hanging out. So I did, you know, hang out with him again, and, you know, we became friends, I guess you could say, again. And then it was like a couple months of this. It was a couple months, and it was calm. Everything was chill. I had no problems, no issues. I was no longer angry about that situation. I kind of just was like, I was no longer angry about the situation. I had moved on, and by then I was kind of in a situation that I didn't expect to be in, because after that I still felt the same. I didn't want a boyfriend. I don't want to take no man seriously. I'm just chilling. And I did become friends with another man who I ended up getting really close to. Very, very close, to the point where I did like him. It was actually just friends. It was supposed to just be friends, but we became so close that it just weren't. Like, everybody around us were like, you guys are not just friends. This is not just a friendship. And we would always just deny because we were only friends. But we were together a lot. We spoke to each other every single day. Like, we would be on FaceTime from morning till night. Like, it was intense. And on both sides, my friends, his friends, nobody was buying that we were just friends, but we were genuinely just friends, and we were just friends for months, right? So when my childhood ex came back and was like, you know, this is the situation and I still miss you and I want to be your friend, and not like that, like I'm not trying to say I want to, you know, I just want us to chill, I just miss being able to chill with you. By then, obviously, I had this new person in my life who was my friend, and even him. So my ex is like, what's going on between you guys? Because this doesn't seem like a friendship. I'm like, I'm saying it to him too. No, we're literally just friends. Because that weren't a lie. We were literally just friends. And honestly speaking, it started to irritate me a little bit, because I was now in a place where I'm being questioned about my relationship with another man, and I don't want to be questioned by anyone about anything. So then it put me right back into that space of, I can't stand men, just leave me alone, just leave me alone. Like, don't ask me questions about who I'm friends with, don't ask me questions about who I'm talking to, who's texting my phone, don't make jokes, because that's what he would do. He will make jokes like, oh, who's that texting you, so and so, or who's that calling you, so and so, or where you going there with so and so. And it's like, okay, yeah, you might be joking and bantering, but you don't have that position or place, okay? I don't care how much history we have. I don't care if we've been intimate. I don't like that authority. I think that's what I was really trying to break out of, the authority thing. Don't talk to me. Fast forward into my friendship with this new person. We did, you know, end up getting intimate, but we were still friends. We made it very clear that this changes nothing about our friendship. We are still only friends, only gonna be friends, only ever gonna be friends. And then we became a sort of friends with benefits situation, and that friends with benefits situation was very confusing for me. It was confusing for me because I genuinely liked this person as my friend, and because we were only friends, I saw sides of them that I guess their boys would see. And that was enough to let me know that I never wanted a relationship with this person. Like, I never, ever, ever in a million years wanted a relationship with this person, but I liked them so much as a friend. So to like someone so much as a friend, like, this person was very encouraging to me. This person helped me a lot. This person, like, we would just laugh. We would have fun together. There were so many positives about my friendship with this person, but then all the negatives I saw being the friend. Because I was the friend, he had no reason to hide all these negative things. It's not like we were trying to pursue a relationship or anything more than a friendship. So we was able to, like, speak to each other about men or girls. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could tell me about girls, I could tell him about men, and we were genuinely friends in that way. So when we did start becoming, you know, FWBs, it got confusing for me. Confusing because I weren't getting attached. Like, it wasn't making me attached to him in a romantic way to be like, oh my gosh, we've done that, so now I feel like I like you in that way. No, it weren't that. It was more so, I don't know, it just, I can't explain what it was. And this is why I'm in therapy, guys. This is why I'm in therapy, to try and understand what that feeling was and what that emotion, but it weren't a nice feeling. It was more so of a scared feeling that it was gonna mess up our friendship, and not mess up our friendship because now we've caught feelings and it might head towards a relationship. It weren't that. It was more of a fear of, what if our friendship becomes more focused on that? Like, more focused on us being, I guess I didn't want our friendship to become, oh, he's my sneaky link now. Like, I was done with that sneaky link phase that I had when I was fresh out of my relationship. I was done with that, and I didn't want a sneaky link. That's not what I wanted. I was no longer looking for someone to fill the sneaky link role. That's not what I wanted. So I think more so I was scared. So I think I was kind of just scared that the friendship would kind of get push, and we would end up becoming sneaky link people, and I didn't want that. So at a point I did tell myself, I'm not going to sleep with him anymore. Like, I just can't. Not that I don't enjoy it, because it was great. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, you know, I had a terrible time. It worked for our friendship. The FWB thing, it actually worked, and it was working, and nothing was going wrong in that aspect. It weren't, you know, going a certain direction, I just assumed and got paranoid and thought, what if it goes in that direction? Because it weren't actually going in that direction. It was great. Like, I ain't gonna hold you, it was great. What we had going on was working for us, and it was great, and the friendship was still as strong as ever, and like, that was my nigga for real. So when I made the decision in my head, because I didn't tell him this, I didn't say to him, hey, we're not doing that anymore. I just told myself in my head, the next time we're in that position and we are about to, or it's about to happen, I'm gonna say, nah, we're not doing that anymore. We're just gonna be friends, and that's it. Like, I didn't feel it necessary to make a whole like speech like, we're not doing this anymore and I've decided I'm, you know, no. Like, I just figured the next time we about to, I'ma just say, nope, I ain't doing that no more. And the next time we were about to, I didn't say, no, we ain't doing that no more. I just said no in the moment, and that was it. Forgot about it, brushed it off, whatever. But anyway, that friendship is over now for a completely different reason, and that reason traumatized me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. So I am now in a place again where I'm feeling traumatized over a man, someone that I trusted, because I really trusted this person. I was super close to this person. This person has helped me through some really hard things, and you know, just been such a light. This person was such a light when I felt like I was just in darkness. So for this person, the person that I held on such a high pedestal, like nobody could tell me about my friend. Like, if people would chat shit about my friend or make little comments or say, oh, he's this or he's that or he's only trying to da 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 da, like, I would always defend this person, because you're not going to chat to me about my friend. Like, no, you're not chatting to me about my friend. I know my friend is a good man. He's been very helpful to me, very encouraging. He's brought me into spaces to give me opportunities. He's tried to help me. Like, he's done so much for me in such a short amount of time, because like I said, our friendship, it happened so fast. We just became close super quickly, and in that space of time, I feel like people that I've known for years haven't done as much for me as he has in the space of how long I'd known him. So I was very, very defensive when it came to him. So for him to be the one to do something to traumatize me to the point where I've now ended our friendship, I was right back at square one. And I am right back at square one. Like, I don't like men. I can't, like, I just can't. Like, what is wrong with men? Like, what is wrong with them? Even if you're not in relationships with them, there's still some bullshit. Like, because remind you, we were not in a relationship and we were never planning to be in one. So it was kind of like, don't be friends with men either then. Don't be with them, don't be friends with them. So currently that is something that I am unpacking in therapy. I just want to be able to let go. That is what I want overall. I want to know how to let go and not care, because I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. If this friend was to, you know, I would probably hear him out. That is how I feel right now. Mind you, I'm the one who ended the friendship, but I feel like I would hear him out. And I don't want to be in that space, because I had a very valid reason for ending our friendship. A very valid reason. So I want to stay there. I feel like right now I should not even want to talk to this person. Just leave me alone forever. But I won't sit here and act like there isn't times where I miss our friendship. I do miss our friendship. I miss just being stupid and laughing with him. I'm not gonna act like I don't miss our daily FaceTimes. I don't miss, you know, doing things like making plans to just, you know, like make money. Because even that, like, we would like make plans, like what moves we're gonna make, and we would help each other make the moves. Like, it was a nice friendship, and I do miss that side of the friendship. But I just know that we couldn't ever be friends again, and this is what I'm trying to really figure out in therapy. Like, how do I just get to the point where I've got my boundary and you've crossed my boundary and there's no going back after that? Because it's confusing with boundaries. Like, how do you place boundaries without just cutting someone off? If you place a boundary and someone crosses it, what else can you do but cut them off? Like, what is the alternative apart from cutting them off completely? And that's what I'm really struggling with at the moment, which has now brought me to a place that any man that has spoken to me since, I don't trust you. I don't want to trust you. I'm already thinking of all the negative scenarios in my head before they happen. Like, they don't happen, but I'm already thinking of all the negative scenarios that could happen. And it's not fair on people. Until I deal with that and figure it out, I don't think it's fair of me to date, because I did you know, recently start dating again. And at first it was great. I met someone, he's a really nice guy, like he's super nice, not one red flag. I can't find not one red flag, but I keep searching for them. I'm searching for them, and I'm distancing myself, and I'm not really giving my 100% to this person, and this person really likes me, and I feel guilty and I feel bad because they can kind of tell and sense that I'm not giving my whole self. And even with that, like, it makes me feel even more guilty because they understand. This person is so understanding and knows what I've been through and knows certain situations and knows that I've got trauma that I need to unpack and deal with, and they're giving me space to do that, giving me the time to do that. And I just feel like, oh my gosh, like, stop being so nice. Like, I'm even finding a flaw in that. Like, stop being so understanding. Stop giving me all the time in the world to, you know, heal. Do not give me my time to heal, because I feel like there's something negative in this. Like, I feel like you're doing this to manipulate me. This is how I'm feeling. And like I said, in these diary entries, I want to be honest, because this is genuinely real life shit that women go through. And I do owe it to myself to heal, because for a very long time, I used to think, no, I'm over it. I would think of it as I was clocked out of my marriage before I ended it. I had already healed. Like, nothing about my ex affected me. Like, I didn't care if he moved on, what he was doing, I'm no longer in love anymore, like all of that aspect of things, I'm just like, I'm over it. So in that way, I thought, I don't need to heal. Why do I need to heal? I'm over him, I'm over the marriage, I just want to move on. But it's not necessarily being over him per se, it's more so being over the trauma that you went through that now affects the way you deal with other people and the way you deal with your life moving forward. Because even that, I came out wanting a sneaky link, then I don't want no sneaky link, I don't want nobody, I just want friends, then I get a friend, we end up being friends with benefits, and then I don't want friends with benefits, I don't want friends again because he traumatized me too. It's confusing, and I do owe it to myself to heal, like really heal, before getting involved with anyone else. And trying to navigate that now, while I have got a really nice person, a really nice man who's being so understanding and nothing but green flags. It's quite a hard place to be in, and I'm very close to, you know, cutting that situation off too. But again, I feel guilty because he's done nothing wrong to me. He's done absolutely nothing at all. He's been very, very nice actually. So I feel guilty to even consider cutting off getting to know him. But I have to put myself first. I have to really get to the bottom and the root of my feelings. And I have to, you know, just let them go. Overall, I just want to let go. And that's with anyone and everything. I don't want things to really affect me the way they affect me. Because when things get to me, it affects the way I function in normal life. It affects my mental health. It affects a lot. So that's kind of like where I'm at. Because when you look at things in like a time scale, I've not been with my ex for over 2 years now. So in that, if you put it in that perspective, 2 years, that's a long enough time to then start dating again, in my opinion. So the fact that I'm still not ready to really seriously date or take anyone seriously, and I'm still not ready for a boyfriend, I'm still not ready for a man. I thought I was ready to get to know people and date, because I thought, okay, let me actually date properly now. Not no sneaky link ting, not no friends with benefit ting, just actually date properly. I don't even think I'm ready for that. And you know what? I'm gonna give myself as much time as I need. I ain't got time. I ain't got time for a repeat of what I've been through, and I don't want to attract no trauma in my life. I don't want to attract just negative vibes and just negative men and just people that are just going to bring me down. I'm trying to live in my positive, happy, feminine energy, because even that, but I think I'm going to get into that in a different diary entry, because the whole feminine energy, I've been masculine for way too long. But like I said, I'll unpack that in another video, because this one's probably been long enough. But that is where I am currently right now in my life, and I hope this video has spoken to someone. It might not speak to any of you, but if it can speak to one person, maybe one person is dealing with similar emotions and things. I just want to be here to let you know you ain't alone. These are normal feelings, you ain't the only one feeling them, and we got this. I'm just so happy I'm in therapy because it has been helping. Like, I can't even explain. I don't know how long I'm gonna be in therapy. I don't know how long it's gonna take until I get to the point where I just feel like I'm ready to meet my life partner. But for right now, I'm focusing on me, myself, and healing, okay? I got to heal because I don't even want to mess things up with this perfectly nice man that I'm getting to know, that I was dating. Like, it's unfortunate that I didn't, you know, come to this conclusion or realize this before I thought I could date. But do you know what? It is what it is. It's part of my journey. I thought I was ready to date. Now I don't think I'm ready to date. Either way, it is what it is. You know, we'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens. I'm just working on me at the moment. I just want to work on me and heal.